and welcome to another segment of Impulse Cooking. Let's see what we have today. Hopefully not another challenge. I'm done with those. Oh my goodness. An impulse holiday. 3 things to do with Guinness. So the 3 things that we're going to make today are going to be an appetizer, a main meal, and of course dessert. Okay, so to make our cheese fondue, you're going to need 2 cups of cheese and 1/3 cup of Guinness. Slide that to the side. 1 teaspoon of ground mustard and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. So if you don't have a fondue kit, you can use a double boiler over the stove. And you're going to just dump all your cheese into the pot. Next comes the Guinness, then your mustard powder. Last but not least, your garlic powder. Mix everything together. It's going to be pretty fragrant. And once it's all completely bubbled and delicious and golden, you can serve this with bread, which I happen to have, or apples, celery, or even carrots. So for our main dish, we're going to make the beef round roasted in Guinness. You're going to start with 2 pounds of beef. And then enough oil to coat the pan because we're going to sear it on all sides. And then for seasoning, we're going to use salt and pepper. There we go. Now we're going to season our beef. First, we'll start with the pepper, and we're going to coat it on both sides. Next, we'll do the salt and flip that baby over. Now we're going to put enough oil to coat the bottom of the pan. I happen to have olive oil at the time, but it doesn't matter what kind of oil you use. Be careful that you don't pop yourself. I actually burned myself off camera. Alright, after you have seared or braised your beef, you're going to add your carrots and potatoes. I went ahead and added more potatoes because that's what I like, and less carrots. But do what works for you. And a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of marjoram, half a teaspoon of rosemary, and 1/4 teaspoon of sage. Now for the liquor. You're going to want to add 3/4 of a cup of Guinness to the pot. So, FYI, if you want to make your meat super tender, put all this in a crock pot. Dance break with the leeks. Now we'll just cut them and add them to the pot. Preheat the oven to 500 degrees. Put your roast in and then reduce the heat to 475. Roast for 14 minutes. After 14 minutes, turn off the oven and let your roast sit for 2.5 hours. For our chocolate Guinness float. First, 1/2 cup of chocolate ice cream, 1/4 cup of Guinness, and high quality shavings of chocolate. And we're just going to dump everything together. And voila, you're done. And there you have it. 3 things that you can make with Guinness. On a side note, if you want to make a gravy, take the pan drippings and add a little bit of arrowroot and salt and pepper to taste. Well, that's it for today's segment. If you like this video, please subscribe. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Later, Impulsers.